Hey folks, welcome back to How to Kill Your Lawn in One Easy Step. Things have been rough. We are in a bit of a mild drought right now, even though it's springtime. So I've been deep watering every week just to keep my lawn from going dormant, but it's been tough. Over the past few years, I've noticed that my lawn was being invaded by a few different types of, weedy type grass, like goosegrass, tall fescue, and definitely poa, and other types of weeds. So I decided this year I'm going to throw down some image herbicide to get rid of the poa and the other stuff I couldn't identify. And guess what? This is the result. I put down the image roughly about 3 weeks ago, and the instructions did say that it will take some time for it to take effect. This right here is just a little bit over 3 weeks. Just look at that. Patchy, total devastation. I didn't really think that my lawn was this bad until today. I guess this is what happens when you just don't address POA at all. So I know that the image product does take care of Poa annua. It does not, however, take care of Poa trivialis or Poa triv. And I definitely know that I do have some spots of Poa triv which I still need to address. I'm probably going to have to do that by eye and just manually glyphosate the heck out of them. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm just hoping that the Kentucky bluegrass and some of the perennial rye and the creeping red fescue that's in here is gonna spread and fill in these spots. My plan is to just water it and let it grow. Yeah, so this area over here is a bit of a challenge. My neighbor does not do anything to their lawn, and it's basically full of weeds. So every single time they mow, all the seed heads gets spit out over on this side, and you can definitely tell that it was also hit pretty hard with the image. I don't know if you can see it, but you can definitely see the tracks left by the mower. I have thrown down quite a bit of fertilizer since the start of spring. Basically a lot of nitrogen, a lot of urea. I did throw down some starter fertilizer that kind of rounds everything out. So that looks like it's going to be in effect. To start pushing the growth of the lawn, I'm going to more than likely dilute some urea and just, spray it and do a foliar application. This is another spot that just got really hit pretty bad. This is an area that I didn't really pay attention to. The neighbor kids would park their car on the side and just drive onto the lawn. So it's been, very patchy, and it was just really hard to actually take care of. Historically, it's always been this spot that really gets hit the hardest before summer. Now going to the side lawn, you can see it was also hit pretty hard. And you can definitely tell where the poa and all the other unwanted weeds are. Yeah, this area right here had some construction, so that's to be expected. Now this is the real reason why I haven't posted any mowing videos recently. Just look at those lines. I thought that since my fiskars is a lot lighter than my gas-powered mower, I thought that I could get away with mowing daily, but as you can tell, it still was able to leave these lines and really dig into the grass. So mowing daily is not going to be a thing I'm going to do. But again, I'm still having that issue of that 1/3 rule, which I think I have addressed, which I'll talk about here in a bit. Now here's another spot that got hit, and that really kind of came from the backyard. I really think that my inconsistent mowing practices over the years just kind of contributed to all this POA being spread throughout the yard. I just really hope that it all comes back in fall. I guess we'll see and you'll see. Let's jump into the backyard. Now, the backyard got probably the worst hit out of all, but even worse, I've started seeing this weird grass come up, this weird weedy grass. And I've tried to identify it, and I think I've got it down to where I think I know what it is. I did do an overseed a couple years back with some grass seed that I picked up from the local tractor supply place, and I think it may have had a couple of grains of the kikuyu grass, and I think that's what it is. Unfortunately, there's no way to control this. The only way to get rid of it is through glyphosate. So I've got some spots that I'm just gonna have to, glyphosate it and just kill it out before it spreads even. But look at that. It's cool looking grass, but definitely something that I don't want in my lawn. Yep, here's another spot that I'm gonna have to glyphosate. You can definitely see them. It's really starting to spread. I really think that my POA farm was in the backyard because it's pretty devastating in the back here. But the good part is I do have some good grass, and it is Kentucky blue, so I'm hoping that eventually it's going to fill in all those spots. But I would definitely have to do a reseed in fall. Just look at that. Utterly horrendous. This is what surprised me most, because typically in fall this is the best looking area, but again, fooled myself into believing that it was grass, but really it was POA. To reduce the stress of mowing on my lawn, a couple of weeks ago I decided I'm gonna definitely put down some plant growth regulator, some PGR down, to kind of slow down the growth, to make sure that I don't burn in those lines again. So I bought a gallon of T-Nex, and roughly about 2 weeks ago, coming up about 2 weeks, is when I applied it. And you can definitely tell that this is 2 weeks after the first application at a half rate of T-Nex. Yeah, look at that. The only thing good in this backyard is my sweet basil and my strawberry bush. I really thought that this year was going to be the year that I can have a decent looking lawn. Looks like it's going to be another repair year. Oh, now this guy right here looks like it's POA Triv. I'm going to have to hit that with glyphosate also. Let's go take a look at some of the products I've put down this year. So a couple days ago, I did throw down some Hydratane at 9 ounces per 1,000 for water management. It definitely feels like the summer is going to be pretty dry. So I wanted to make sure and get that in this year. At the start of spring, I did put down tenacity and prodiamine for weed control. So that's already in. I am just about close to that 2-week point where I'm going to have to throw down some more T-Nex, to control the growth. And, we'll see what happens. I'm going to be mowing in the next few days, so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.